Alright, I'm trying again. Hi everyone, Blue Kaiser here, and today I'll be playing Fate Extra! Alright, Alright, let's start a new game. Let's do normal. There are a number of bad and fatal endings to this game. The story in this game is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to any real person or location is purely coincidental. It's the morning. A bright sunny morning, the air is filled with the joyful laughter of students. There's more activities than normal in front of the school gate. A crowd is forming as students are being called over. I wonder what's going on. When I peer into the center of the hubbub, I see my friend and student council president Issei Rudo. Good morning. Lovely weather we're having, don't you think? Why do you look so surprised? We announced at last week's assembly that this month the student council would be strictly enforcing school rules. I have been tasked with performing inspections to ensure students are in compliance with school rules. Now it goes without saying that everyone is subject to inspections, even old friends. Now, then, uniform inspection time. Collar? Check. Pantaloons? Check. And your socks? Check. Why you check my socks, bro? Next, the contents of your bag: notebooks, textbooks, pencil box, now a whiff of contraband. Your nails are evenly cut and your haircut is sensible. Oh, I would have been fudged when it comes to this. Indeed, quite remarkable. You're a model Sukumihara Academy student. Sukumihara. Someone like you ought to consider a student of future in student government. You'll be perfect for it. Oh, but I'll never try to coerce you into joining the student council. We aren't like that. Now then, off to your classroom. Enjoy your day. Before I can reply, Mr. Diligent, student council president, is on the next student's inspection. Hungry for gossip on their way to their classrooms, the students jabber about the inspections. Things are always so gently bustling in the morning. Another peaceful beginning to another peaceful day. Welcome and enjoy your stay at Sukumihara Academy. Just wanted to try to say it once just to see how corny it would sound. If you continue right, you'll find the archery range. Now you should head for the school building. Your classroom's on the second floor, right? If you don't get to your classroom soon, you'll incite Tiger's wrath. Well, fug. Oh, isn't the archery range open? What's the archery range you speak of? Oh, the building over there to the right. What of it? Well, someone left their stuff there, but whatever. I have this weird feeling I'm forgetting something, but I can't think of what it might be. Man, must have a hole in my head. Maybe I'll head back to my classroom. Oh man, I gotta get to the bathroom before homeroom starts. My eyes are starting to float. Excuse me? We better head to our classrooms. Our classroom? 2-A ring a bell? Or 2A? Chimes rise curtains on humble days, precious as a handful of gold dust. As I enter the class, I see Mato with a bunch of girls. Why he's so popular is a mystery. Hey, when did you show up? You're so quiet and dull that I didn't even notice you. Even though we've been friends since our freshman year, right? Anyway, don't sweat the fact that you're as boring as dirt. It's not like you can help it. I mean, anyone will seem boring and stupid when compared to me. God damn it, Shinji. It's a little early for so much abuse, but as it's Shinji and Mato, it can't be helped. His arrogance is almost palatable. I don't know what he's saying, but it makes all the girls squeal with joy. Why? Actually, let me rephrase. His popularity isn't so mysterious as it is unnatural. I was just doing a little math tutoring. This stuff is beyond easy. For me, anyway. Wait a sec. Hey, Mato. Isn't the answer to this question totally wrong in every way? I'm the one who solved that. There's no way it could be wrong. But look at this. Since when did 2 plus 2 equal 5? Shinji? Really? I'd never make such a stupid mistake. It's all your fault. You're the idiots here, not me. As Shinji rages his voice, the girls all panic and run back to their desks. I hate dealing with the proletariat, especially when they think they're my equal. Come on, English guy, you should be good at this. Oh, it's really pathetic that these worms don't know their place. That's why I like you so much. Even though you're boring, you know not to steal my thunder. You're the ultimate sidekick. Why, thank you, Batman! Any more little boys that you like to kidnap? Shinji flashes a smile at me. It's weird how I never take offense at the way he talks to me. By some strange twist of fate, Shinji, Mito, and I are friends. How we became friends was... I can't quite remember how it happened. I want to say we met in spring sometime. The bell for class rings as we try to recollect. And who should fly through the door but our homeroom teacher, Miss Fujiwara. Phew, I made it. Good morning, Ow! And thud. Miss Fujiwara trips, falling painfully onto the floor. She just went for it, huh? As she lands, her head strikes the corner of the platform at the front of the classroom. Jesus! The classroom goes dead silent. Every student's attention is focused on the same thing. Well, she dead. Again? How does she manage to trip in the same place every... She does this all the time. Listen, you. This isn't a place to be making stupid jokes. You're right. She isn't moving. Did you get knocked out or something? A few brave students get out of their seats and crowd around the still comatose Fujiwara. Hey, Miss Fujiwara? Miss Fujiwara? Are you okay? What? Huh? What's wrong, everyone? Hey, class is about to start, so get back to your seats. Pronto. Miss Fujiwara jumps to her feet as if nothing had happened. It's almost as if the memory of her sudden and violent trip to the floor was totally erased. As this happens all the time, no one seems to notice or care enough to say anything. This is highly sus. No one gives a thought to how odd it is for this to happen every single day. Except for the main character. Interesting. The scene playing out before me never seems to change from day to day. The same exact lessons, the same exact subject, the same exact content. Are we in a Groundhog Day loop? Today we're gonna study the biography of Dr. Peaceman, a talented physician who... Miss Fujiwara is conducting class today the same way he does every day. You may not know, but when I was young, an unknown pathogen was the cause of a serious epidemic. In fact, outbreaks were common, but now most illnesses are cured using nano thingamajigs. And FYI, I'm still young. This will be on the test, so make sure you don't forget it. I mean it. Is Fujiwara young? Yes or no? Well, fuck. Her ensuing laughter stopped short at her eyes, which seems deadly serious. Just as everybody is about to call Fujiwara out, the bell signaling the end of class rings. Alright, that's enough for today. Be sure to study hard tonight, and don't forget those important points I told you about. Yes, Miss Fujiwara is definitely very, very young. While today's class wasn't all that boring, it's a relief when the bell rings. As the bell signaling the end of the day sounds, students begin to break up into small groups. Thank God that's over. I was getting sick of all the busy work. Being a student sucks. The worst part of the whole deal is having to attend those stupid classes. You're still here? That's unusual. You don't have any plans? Like a date or something? Haha, I'm just messing with you. I know you're too big of a nerd to ever get a date. Damn it, Shinji. I mean, you're going to just go to your dork club, the journalism club, right? Well, seeing as you're as boring as stale white bread, your life is exactly as it should be. You know exactly what your role in life is, and you stay there. Well, catch you later. See you in class tomorrow. Oh, Shinji, I'm gonna enjoy hurting you. Hey, the editor-in-chief of the Club was calling a general meeting. You better go. Guess Journalism Club has been busy. I mean, with all the strange stuff happening. I'm in a journalism club? Huh, you don't remember? You're not a member? You're always talking in the hallway with the editor-in-chief. Interesting. It seems kind of pathetic to just head straight home after school. I should join a club. But going home club... Come on, solidarity, you know? I hate wearing uniforms. I should have gone somewhere that lets you wear regular clothes. What? I'd kill to be able to wear the black uniform of the student council like you. Guys always bold when it's time to clean. The lies they tell to get out hoping are pathetic. Remaining 3 evening, huh? On the upper right side? Interesting. I wish I was dating Shinji's sister. She's that cute girl in the nurse's office. And we'd get married, and she'd feed me every day, and I wake up to her every day. Squee! Well, the thought of Shinji being a brother-in-law is if only they weren't related. Editor-in-chief of the school newspaper is calling for you. You better go talk to her. Look at who's here. It's the newspaper club's ace. Got any leads? What? Did you forget? You have to write Unsolved Mysteries of Tsukimihara article. Come on, I told you yesterday. There isn't much time before the deadline. And you're putting it all on me? Well, whatever. Your work's always good, so I leave this in your capable hands. Jeez, my benevolence is like a Black Panther running around. Yes, that doesn't make sense. Aren't these 3 in the track club in the original game? So that's that. I've done some investigating. Now it's your job to do the rest. Don't look surprised. There's a method to my madness. Alright, first preview is called The Gate to the Paranormal. So listen, there's supposedly an entrance to the spirit world at the rear of the archery range. One time, a male student who got bullied a lot was told to pick up trash there and vanished. Everyone's totally convinced there's paranormal activity going on back there. Isn't that scary? I mean, ridiculous? Anyways, go sniff out the truth. Leave no stone unturned. Your nose and eyes are just tools of the trade for a journalist. Got it? You're the mysterious one. Your reply should be, yes ma'am. Alright, hop to it. You heard what the editor-in-chief has to say? Hurry up and solve the mystery at the paranormal gate. Tell you the truth, the story's really scary. Tsukihama Times Preview Edition 1. A special feature will begin the day after tomorrow. Cracking the Unsolved Mysteries of Tsukihama Academy. Don't miss it. We're counting on you on unraveling the mysteries. Like the editor-in-chief says, you can't avert your eyes from life's mysteries. Interesting. Hey, what's going on? More drama? The school newspaper has been so busy these days. There's a lot of weird rumors to check out. Ooh, ghost stories, chat. Hey Shinji, what's crack-a-lackin'? Hey Sakura. Oh, it's you, brother. I've heard that you've been skipping out on the archery club's morning practices lately. That's because she's also the school nurse. Clearly. Right? She's in an outfit. Why haven't you been showing up? And where do you get off taking a break without my say-so? I get it now. You've been going to their house again, haven't you? Yes, I've been going there, but I just want to help and... Oh, Cheryl gonna be in this game. Let me guess, you felt you were obligated to, right? Jeez, must you always be so damn naive? Wait a second, what was that just now? Anyways, if anyone gets hurt, just leave them to suffer. Do what I tell you, and I think they'll be a-okay. I mean, it's like people get some kind of perverse thrill for getting in my way. To force my dear little sister to miss valuable practice time. That isn't how it was at all. I wasn't forced to do anything, I just wanted to help. Why is it so wrong to help those who need it? Ha! Isn't it only fools and the weak that manage to get themselves hurt somehow? And why help anybody out? Will that person ever pay you back or help in return? Of course they won't. And if you think otherwise, you're an idiot. I won't be used by anyone. It's better to treat others as cattle. Isn't it time for you to admit to feeling the same way? But for me, that option... Stop right there. I don't care what you have to say. Stop going to that house, Sakura. Got it? You okay? Oh, I mean, hi. Can I help you with anything? If you ever feel unwell, please come by the nurse's office. This is a facility office. I don't have any need or desire talking to teachers. I shouldn't go in. Nurse's office. I can feel people inside, but I'm not sure how. Anyway, the door won't budge. Am I telepathic? Huh. Well, anyway. Out of the blue, a feeling that was moving behind the door overcame me. As a rule, students aren't allowed inside the supply room. It might just be a rat or something. For some reason, I find my eyes drawn to the door of the supply room when the door is suddenly and violently thrown open. What do you think you're doing? Without warning, a man appears from out the shadows, dressed in black and with a dour expression. The person in question is very intimidating, but that sense of intimidation is immediately replaced with extreme discomfort and unease. Sudden overwhelming sense of danger gives me goosebumps all over my body. His cold, blank stare sends chills down my spine, as though he's marking me for death. For some reason, it feels as if he's deciding whether to break my neck or skin me alive. Odd. Your name doesn't appear to be on the list, but I'd better make sure. He begins to mutter under his breath, while at the same time he reaches out his right hand. The chills running down my spine gain intensity as waves of nausea and vertigo wash over me. I feel like a rabbit watching the rope draw near. Maybe this isn't just raw terror. I think he's holding something that's making me feel this way. You're not even trying to fight. My instincts aren't as sharp as they should be. I need to rest. The note of disgust in his voice is obvious as he lowers his hand. The paralysis that seems to take a hold of me suddenly fades away. The man continues to look down at me with those dead eyes of his. Students are forbidden from entering the supply room. You do well to remember that. Okay, Severus Snape. The campus is about to close. If you have nothing else to do, I advise you go home now. Is there anything else? My name is Mr. Kazuki. I will be teaching here starting today. The man who introduces himself as Mr. Kuzuki turns and heads back into the supply room. With that, the final bell begins to chime, signaling the end of the school day. Everything begins to progress as normal, as if nothing out of the ordinary had happened. But I'm still sore and sick with sweat, an all too real reminder of what happened. Wonderful. Now we have a teacher with obvious murderous intent teaching at our school. Great! What's his name? Kuzuki? He seems not dangerous, but definitely merciless. You got a point, lady. You got a good point. An entrance to the spirit world? No clue. You should ask the archery club advisor Fujiwara. You want to know where Tiger is? Shouldn't she be at the archery range or something? Alright, Tiger! The priest from the neighborhood chapel has been coming to the school a lot lately. He's tall, dark, handsome, mostly dark. A priest, eh? Hey, Teach, tell me a ghost story. You caught me in the middle of cleaning. Those archery club kids don't even unstring their bows. Where's Chiro when you need it? The worst is when they leave their arrows stuck in the target mound. Usually you make the kids do it, but there's no class club activities leading up to the exam, so I'm doing it. Huh? Entrance to the spirit world? That's just a rumor, it's not real. Exams are right around the corner, so don't waste your time on stuff like that. Go home. Shoo, shoo! What appears to in the archery range isn't the entrance to the spirit world, but Miss Fujimura. Well, can't say I'm surprised she's behind one of Tsukimihara's mysteries. It's fitting. I'll report this tomorrow, so I can go home now if I want. What do I have to stay here for? Let's go home and sleep. Save your progress? Yes, yes, yes! This is a prologue. Not quite The prologue, as players in Persona 4 Golden will see, but humble days with precious gold dust. Where are the buyers? 2 days remaining. As I walk in class, the girls that normally flock around Shinji Micho aren't there. Shinji seems to be in a bad mood today. His usual posse of girls is keeping their distance. I'll ask him if something had happened. What? Like I tell you anything happened to me? Which it didn't. Nothing happened at all. Hey, you know that ice cream Rin Tosaka? She thinks she's so much better than anyone else. At first, I thought she would be the only one who understood how lonely it is at the top. Tried to talk to her yesterday, but I got nowhere. Maybe I just intimidate her or something. Because I'm special. I might have lost a few points for getting violent, but girls who talk back to me get slapped. God, you're a piece of crap. I'll never hook up with such a violent, stuck-up bitch like that, no matter how hot she is. What a waste. She'd be perfect if she keep her mouth shut. You agree with me, right? Right? Looks like there's some tension between Shinji and Rin Tosaka. Knowing Shinji, he probably hit on her and got shot down. Probably, yeah. And why'd she take a shot at me? I thought she was going to spinning star kick me next. Continues to wind under his breath. I can imagine how sleazy Shinji was being with her. Normally his super aggressive approach works, but obviously it didn't with Rin Tosaka. Life's more interesting when it's got little shakeups like this. As if right on cue, Miss Fujimura barges into the classroom as the bell sounds. Oh boy, every day, right? Phew, I made it. Good morning, everyone! Alright, no one's absent, and since there are no announcements, let's just start homeroom. Whoop! As soon as she turns to reach for the chalk, she trips and falls like she always does. As she falls, her fingernails drag across the blackboard with a horrifying sound. And thus, a typically mundane day begins anew. Ow! I hope the, health insurance is good. And though the Great War had finally come to an end, regional conflicts still persist. Despite the suffering of the previous generation, battles are still waged 30 years on. Standing behind the lectern today is the school's newest teacher, Kuzuki. Although he's supposed to be teaching math, his lessons seem to have gone off on a tangent. Why are you teaching me history, my man? Now, instead of armies, attacks in ever greater numbers are being carried out by the terrorists. And in an attempt to suppress these terrorist groups, with that, the bell signaling the end of class sounds. And with the end of the day, the tension in the classroom drops immediately. You're not going anywhere, punks! Alright, let's end here today. Oh yes, before I forget, there's an announcement from the school counselor. Recently, a rise in the number of slasher incidents has made the surrounding areas dangerous. With that in mind, keep any detours to a minimum and head home as quickly as possible. Get home quickly? Good advice, but I still have a few assignments for a journalism club. Why I'm so gung-ho about investigating the school's 7 wonders is a mystery even to me, but it seems important for some reason. I have to turn in yesterday's report. Better go see the editor-in-chief this evening. Strange happenings on campus. I wonder who comes up with all those rumors. Hey, guess what? I just passed this gorgeous girl on the stairs. Could she be a new student? What? I'm sure you're just talking about Rin Tosaka from Class B. Rin Tosaka? I never heard of her. You've never really heard of her. Pretty, athletic, smart, classy. Or a stuck-up Miss Perfect, who all the guys adore and all the girls despise. It wouldn't be unrealistic to call Rin Tosaka the most popular girl in school. Are you pulling my leg? Girl, you're so dense you probably wouldn't feel it if I pulled your leg anyway. Oof! But I'm not dense. Much. But she wasn't wearing a school uniform. She was wearing red. How do you explain that? She just wants to be iconic. I don't know. I hadn't noticed. Huh, maybe I'm remembering wrong. You would. Come on, let's hurry to that club room. Yeah. Oh, our club's ace. Did you find out anything yesterday? Interesting. So it was Tiger. Of course there is no entrance to the spirit world. Thanks to you, our article will be great. Are you getting ready for the next article assignment? Next unsolved mystery is, yesterday, a girl dressed in red on the rooftop. Rumors of a little red rooftop are spreading. Go find out what this is all about. Journalist lets the news guide them to their feet. To the rooftop. The girl on the rooftop? Her. She just happens to be up there right now. I saw her holding the key to her rooftop a moment ago. Alright. Turn the doorknob and the metal door opens silently on the hinges. As a rule, no one's allowed on the roof, but I can see someone's elongated shadow. Vibrant colors set off the setting sun is enough to take one's breath away. Under the blood-red sky, a single girl looks on to the town that spreads below. Like a figure out of a painting, the girl seems to shine with the same red glow as the setting sun. Hi, Rin! What a beautiful sunset. I can imagine how captivating the sight must be for the people who live here. It is indeed a very beautiful scene. A shame that it doesn't really exist. Oh, I can taste the chuni from here. On the surface it seems like such a benign, peaceful world. A pity that it will soon come to an end. This place is merely an idealized imitation of the real world, and one done in poor taste. I wonder if there's any value to a memory that can only be observed and then left behind. Not quite sure if that last statement was supposed to express disgust or disappointment. As she finished speaking, a faint smile forms on the girl's lips as she slowly turns in my direction. Her unwavering gaze makes it seem like she can see things hidden to others. Her eyes seem to shine with an intensity that rivals that of the fiery red of the evening sky. Where's your school uniform? What's this? A notice from the system? Thanks for bringing it to me. Huh? That's not it? That means you must be one of the generic students. Did you call me an NPC? Are we in the game? This is too real. If one of the irrelevant NPCs can get up here, I guess I'll have to find another place to hang out. Ooh, heels! Continuing to mumble quietly to herself, the girl quickly walks my way. Oh well. At least it's a good opportunity for me to look one of you over. Stand still, you. Unexpectedly, her finger reaches out and touches my cheek. I'm being molested! Wait, what's this? Is this a warning from the system? Direct interference does break the rules after all. Huh? Mumbling to herself, the girl disappears without a trace. It's like no one was ever here at all. She vanished? There or not, her form has been indelibly burned into my mind. Oh, you're still here. It's almost time to leave school, so you should prepare to go home. Oh, you're not gonna grill me about being here? Then again, you saw her too. What's wrong? You look a little pale. The sound of Issei's voice pulled me back to reality. I must look completely dazed and confused. Maybe I'm tired, or I'll talk with the editor-in-chief again tomorrow. In any case, I think the course of wisdom for now will be to go home like Issei says. Yeah, let's go home. Prologues. Am I right? A auspicious star, such dazzling light. It drowns even the chiming of bells. Enter the classroom. Once again, Shinji Mito's in the seat next to me has a full house. I'm telling you, you don't have any talent. Give up before you look like a retard. Ooh, Shinji gotta get my channel shut down. So you know what he said? Know what he said to that? What did he say? We're dying to know. Tell us. This gets all boo-hoo, and he says, "I'll keep practicing until I get better. I can at least get better than you, who skips practice. Sorry, but I have to laugh. Anyone knows that you can't practice your way into being a genius. If he wants to practice something, he should practice not sounding like a tool. Guy's not a total maggot, but he's still trash that needs to find a trash can. Haha, that moron. People aren't created equal. Even people who are born above average can never reach the same heights as the naturally gifted. You must be so talented if you don't need to practice, Mito. I feel bad for the kid." Damn, she's shallow. Trash can can't help being trash. Should learn to stop dreaming about being something better. The bell rings. In response, the gaggle girls shuffle off to their own seats. While we wait for the teacher to arrive, I got caught up on what Shinji said for some reason. Whether or not Shinji has innate talent, I think it's pretty clear that I'm a nobody. A nobody with no goals. I mean, when I try to think of the future, I get overwhelmed. I know how that feels. So I'm gonna keep prodding along. Someday I'll reach my totally average future. Yay! Hey, don't knock it. Life's a life. That's how it happens to everyone, right? Or the people who actually break that pattern. How? I have no idea. For me, today is just an ordinary day. Oof, too real. Huh. Good morning, everyone! And oh, what? What? Suddenly, my heart accelerates, each beat painfully strong. It's as if my body is on high alert. I know it's not a reaction to Miss Fujimura, no. Well, kids, it's a little out of the blue, but I want to introduce you to a new friend. Interesting. His outfit is all red. And he has blonde hair. And green eyes. It's him. The blonde boy is the one who's causing my body's fight or flight instincts to prickle. Go on, Leo. Introduce yourself. For what purpose? Huh? Well, Leo, you'll be attending school with these people, so I'm sure they'll like to know who you are. I see. These good people don't know my name yet. He steps forward, then in a louder voice says, Everyone, my name is Leonardo Bistero Harway. In time, it will be a name known to all the world, but for now, it is the name of your classmate. I'm pleased to meet you all. I hope we'll enjoy our time together. The classroom is silent. There aren't even any jabs at his eccentric manner of speaking, or any coos over how pretty he is. Instead, the entire class is enthralled by his regal bearing, entranced even. Shinji's words come to mind. This is what it means to be on a different level. None of us plebs could ever hope to reach the level that this new kid lives on. It's not overstating to call his very existence transfixing. Like the deer in headlines, we're immobilized by a presence far brighter than our own. His natural place is above us, looking down as our king. How does someone like him end up here? It must be a mistake. Anyway, everyone, please make Leo feel welcome. Then Leo, if you will please take a seat. Looks like the third row and the second row from the right is open. Will that be okay? Leo? Ah, you're addressing me. I see no reason to not allow you to call me Leo, as if it didn't feel awkward to hear it from you. If you have the chance, I would be very much like a delightful woman like you to visit my country. Putting on the move, eh? Well, geez, don't joke with your teacher. To your seat, Leo. I won't smack you since it was kind of flattering to hear you say that. Of course, I appreciate your diplomacy, Miss Fujimura. Then the boy gave the kind of easy smile that only kids can. The simple smile washes away the tension in the room and people begin to smile to themselves. I think he's not so much a king as a prince. He may be above us, but he also has natural charisma that draws us up to his level. However, it seems like there is at least one person in class whose mileage varies. I don't like him, flirting with the teacher already. That arrogant little twerp. Shinji's clearly not happy. And the screen is all... If you have any questions, ask anyone in the class or myself. Come to me for... Miss Fujimura, that's highly inappropriate. There's no need to be shy. Yes, I understand. I'm pleased I'll be attending such a good school. I cannot figure out how... Interesting. Am I imagining things? Just for a second, I thought he had shifted his attention towards me. Not towards anyone else, not even Shinji, who's bad-mouthing Leo, but to me alone. Yeah, right. There's no way a practically overworldly person like him would notice being bland me. Interesting. I saw the two pro tags. The school day ended with nothing else of interest occurring, or rather, two pro tag looking NPCs. Interesting, interesting. But that Leo, I can't shake the uneasiness you woke in my heart. Feels like the cogs somewhere have become misaligned. No, I'm just excited for once. Because for once something happened, and well, besides what happened today, I should report yesterday's findings to the editor-in-chief. Seems like more and more people are staying home. Could the slasher rumor be true? Hey, the editor-in-chief of the Journalism Club was calling a general meeting. You better go. Okay, one more day till the prologue ends. Did you hear there was a murder here the day before yesterday? There have been a number of murders in the area recently. Scary. Oof. Oh, our club base. Did you find out anything yesterday? What? Little red rooftop vanished before your eyes. If she disappeared, there isn't anything we can do about that. Nothing we can do? What's the editor-in-chief's reaction? Isn't right. Thought she'd say something like, "Hey, don't scare me like that." Actually, the problematic part is how nonchalant she is that a person disappeared. Your next story will be Mystery of the Courtyard Chapel. Editor-in-chief keeps talking like nothing happened. She's already on to the next thing. Should I say something? Hey, did you know there's a chapel on campus, even though this isn't a mission school? Seems like the chapel has been here longer than the school. This is just a rumor, but they say it's haunted and magic rites are performed there. I'm sending you to investigate. The entrance to the courtyard is to the end of the right side of the first floor hallway. Interesting. I'm assuming no one has anything worthwhile to say, so I'm gonna skip my way aloo. Are you going to the garden? Keep your guard out. It's almost too quiet there. Lately, I've been getting these crushing headaches at school. It's starting to freak me out. What the f- Well, shit. Our protag is dead. No, I'm out. No, 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 no. This is not. No. That man stands like a black stain, tainting the joyfully multicolored flower beds around him. It's the new teacher, Kuzuki. But the man standing in front of me isn't acting like a teacher by any stretch of the imagination. The sick malignancy of overbearing aggression fills the air. And then, scattered around him are dead bodies of students. Why did you come in here? I'm certain I locked that door. I suppose I'll test you out. His thin lips hardly moved, but in that next instant, I'm bowled over, as if struck by an invisible force. Chaotic dots buried my brain like endless grains of sand. What happened? Can I move my lips? Seriously, what was that? Kuzuki hasn't moved. No one else is nearby. Who? Why? How? My thoughts whirl. My head races. I see what you are now. This isn't you, I suppose. His voice was a quiet hiss, but I can hear everything he said. This man with cold, inscrutable eyes raises his palm towards me. When I come to, I'm in class in the garden. Garden is silent. There's not even a trace of Kuzuki or the corpses that have been here or there. I'm uninjured, though my body aches from lying on the cold, hard ground. The cold sweat that covered me is gone too, only the piercing pain in my head remains. Maybe it was just a bad dream. I go bare and attempt to stand. The ground seems to move under my feet. I'm delusional. Of course the ground isn't moving. I'll give my report to the editor-in-chief tomorrow and just go home for the day. Yeah, go home, buddy. Jesus. How am I not dead? Thought I'd be joining the courses by now. Where is the belfry? In that moment, gentle days end. As I enter the classroom this time, things are a bit different. Wow, okay. And how do you solve this problem, Leo? In this case, you substitute this for this, divide everything by x. It's the same equation that you used earlier. Whoa, you're right. Thank you, Leo. Unlike someone else, he helps out his classmates while displaying an ounce of condescension, and that someone is directing a nasty scowl towards the new kid. That bunch of brown-nosing idiots will suck up to anyone who's got bigger pea-brains than theirs. Huh, whatever. It's no skin off my back. People who are ugly in the inside are ugly outside too. Seems Shinji's gaggles of female admirers have migrated to Leo's desk. For once, Shinji's irritation is kinda understandable. Boy's just lonely, huh? I'll give him this. Brad's a real charity worker, laying on the charm for those fowls. He's desperate to appear smarter than me, but I'm the real smart one here. I can see what he's doing. That dumb little kid doesn't know that I'm onto him. Reacting to Shinji's voice, Leo glances this way. Leo's expression is inscrutable, but not hostile. What do you want? You want to go? After a few false starts, Shinji finally manages to squeeze that out in a low voice. I don't know if Leo heard, but he gets out of his seat. The recoil turns into a noticeable flinch, which Leo smiles kindly at in response. Unlike Shinji's, Leo's gestures are filled with dignity. If I have unknowingly given you cause to be malicious, I would like to deeply apologize. Shinji Mito, was it? I'll be careful not to upset you in the future. His message firmly delivered, Leo returns to his seat. His soft voice bore no hostility or resentment. No, it's hard to believe, but maybe Leo wasn't upset. He knows to bow down to true authority, it seems. Shinji! Stop being such a Shinji! I'm such a nice guy, I'll just accept his apology. Yeah, it's not like he ever pissed me off. After visually concerning and confirming that Leo is otherwise occupied, Shinji feigns calmness and leans back. Oh boy. Phew, made it. Good morning, everybody. Wah! And dud. That sound makes me cringe no matter how many times I hear it. Everyone is desensitized to it, for the most part. Even knowing she'll jump to her feet in a few seconds, we should probably worry more. He probably got brain damage by now, no? Every goddamn day. Except for Leo showed up, but Shinji still seems to be in a bad mood. It's obvious that he doesn't like Leo all that much. But with him, it's impossible to tell if he's just really mad or just being cynical. Either way, it's just more of the same. Just like our homeroom teacher's daily dramatic entrance, and once again, the day begins. Alrighty, let's pick off where we left off. According to Dr. Peaceman's biography, during the class I thought I saw Leo smirk a little, but other than that, nothing exciting occurred. Today's just another boring day in a long string of boring days. Who here knows what amnesia is? It's a terrifying condition where an individual loses all their memories. It's caused by brain damage, severe trauma, or even infections in one's mucous membranes. The section of the doctor's biography we just covered touches on this condition. The cure for such a scary condition was discovered by Dr. Peaceman. With that said, using amnesia as an excuse for forgetting your homework isn't going to fly. When I was young, a fair number of my classmates were unscrupulous enough to try this. And before you get any ideas, I'm still young. In fact, I'm putting that fact on the test. Based teacher much? I mean, easy point, but as per the norm, Taiga's lecture begins to peter out. Just as a collective this again starts to rise from the students. Miss Fujimura. Without being acknowledged by a teacher, Leo suddenly rises to his feet. The tension in the classroom ratchets up immediately as all eyes focus on Leo. The young boy surveys the room with a mysterious smile, taking in everyone's startled glances. Oh, and of course, my fellow classmates. It's time for me to leave. We'll probably never meet again, so I wish you all well. What the hell? Everyone's gray. What? My head. The pain. And, before I forget, Miss Fujimura, I think you are still young, even now. Aww. Just your presence is enough to remind me of the beauty of youth. You're a remarkable person. After what seems to be a slight bow, he immediately seems to disappear from the room. Alright then, let's continue. Please turn to page 86. Accompanied by a sound of flipping pages, the lesson goes on as if nothing happened. Showing off like that in the middle of class. What a jackass. We have to use the jaw and be a little more discreet, and I have to leave, crap. Seriously, isn't he supposed to be some kind of aristocrat or princeling or something? Of course, what just happened is impossible. A highly suspicious disappearance in the middle of class and the teacher doesn't seem to care. No one in the class says anything and the class continues as if nothing strange had happened. It's the same dull, dreary scene as yesterday and the day before. This can't be natural. The plot thickens. And the screen is, after Leo's exit from class, the lesson continues unabated as if following a set script. Strange. This is definitely strange. It's as if the world tilted slightly and everything within it is losing its sense of presence. My head feels like it's about to explode. This pain is making it hard to remember who I am. Wait. Come to think of it. I mean, really, who am I? What is my name? How old am I? Why do I live? How many people are in my family? What was life like before I started attending the school? I can't remember anything. My memory has been erased somehow. How? Why did this happen? That's right, the editor-in-chief of the journalism club. As the president of the journalism club, she should at least know my name. I know I had to have filled out something when I first joined the club. I'll ask her. Hopefully she'll be in her normal spot. Ooh, that head turning. Man, where is everyone? It's like a ghost town here around here. Things are getting weird. That Leo guy, where the heck did he go? I never thought he'd be the type to ditch class. There's where Shinji sits. Shinji's class is disturbingly organized, reflective of his obsessive-compulsive personality. Let me check Leo's desk. No, I cannot. Alright. Let me head out. What's of Leo all of a sudden? But after seeing that, I've had enough of this. What's my name? Oh, our club base. Did you find out anything yesterday? The editor-in-chief is her usual cheery self. All I can think about the pile of dead bodies I've witnessed. No, I had to ask her myself. I asked her what my name is. Huh? Your name? Just look it up in the registry in the library. Yeah, the school registry. It's everyone's names. Wait, why can't you just tell me? If I look up the school registry, it might just jog my memories. I'll go to the library. What? Why can't you just tell me my name? Hold up, I'm saving this. You want to see the registry of the names? It's on a bookshelf in the library. Why would you just keep it in such a public place? Found it. Tsukimura Academy School Registry. Once I read through this, I should be able to remember everything about myself. I open a book and begin turning pages. And immediately, I notice something's terribly wrong. The pages are blank. Blank, blank, blank. Every single page was blank. I reached for the last year's school registry, and when I was flipping through the pages, blank, 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 blank. What's happening here? Who am I? And just... what is this place? Wait, there's no one here. There's something wrong with this place. But more worrying is the fact that I can't remember who I am. As I wanted to do the compass, I see Leo walking down the hallway on the first floor. As a transfer student, I can't see why Leo would want to visit any of the freshmen. Also, there's nothing but dead end ahead. Wonder what Leo's really up to. Ah, this song. Starting to get jazzy up in here. Immediately have this weird feeling that someone or something is up ahead in the hallway. Who, for some reason, is examining the wall at the end of the hallway with almost excessive interest. The attention to detail is quite impressive. Even the surrounding area is surprisingly substantial. If that's the case, this world is in some ways more real than the real world it represents. But that's just my opinion. What about you guys? What are your opinions on thoughts on this? That moment feels like my heart skips a beat. Almost immediately, my blood pressure skyrockets along with my body temperature. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. My pulse is like an explosion in my ears as blood races through my veins and the vision is clear. Now Leo, has turned to face me. I now know for sure he's talking to me as there's no one else present besides the two of us. Or is there? Greetings. I believe this is the first time we've had an actual conversation. I don't feel any sense of hostility from Leo. In fact, his smile seems genuinely friendly. His smile has the same effect on me as the rising of the morning sun, warm and comforting. In addition to a smile, his presence is inviting and inclusive, and I find myself drawn to him. Oddly, my worries have vanished. All I can think of doing is doing as he says, and that's the only way to. My mind feels like it's in a haze. It's like Leo's controlling my thoughts in some way. God, I know he's pretty and all, but calm down. Attending school wasn't half bad. Never had the opportunity to go to one before now. In that respect, this has been quite an interesting experience. However, time for fun has come to an end. I did not come here to play at being a student. No matter how enjoyable the detour, one must eventually return to their appointed path. For me, the time to do so has arrived. With those final words, Leo turned his back to me. Farewell. No, that's not quite well, right? I don't think farewell would be accurate to this situation. For some reason I can't explain, I had the distinct feeling that we would see each other again. So I guess the more I should use the more congenial, see you later. Well, time for me to move on. Wish you the best of luck. What? With those final words, Leo disappears. It's like he ceased to exist. One moment his hand is on the wall, the next he is gone. The young man in front of me begins to disappear before my very eyes. I want to say reality rejected his existence in it, but it feels like it was the opposite, that he refused to be constrained by it. Was it any special ability that allowed him to do so? Just the strength of his will. I want to go through walls! With his departure, it feels as if a great weight is being lifted from my very being. And rather than a cause for concern, it brings a fundamental question to my mind. Who am I? As the question begins to take, it pops into my head, it begins to take up a life of its own, searing my brain. Investigate the wall that Leo disappeared through. It's just a concrete wall in a hallway. Only thing on the floor is dust. But I'm positive that there must be something here because Leo walked through the wall. It would be easy to turn around, go back down the hallway and pretend nothing happened. But there are still things I need to know. I have no memories. That means I never had anywhere else to go but here. No place to return to. What was it that Leo said? No matter how enjoyable the detour, one must eventually return to their appointed path. That's what he said, didn't he? Then beyond this wall lies the appointed path and the truth. Pursue the truth! If I follow him, I will learn the answers to my questions, even if those answers are painful. But ignorance is bliss. Do I have the fortitude to face the truth and accept it? But then let's just freaking go! Something's different. Down to the floors and very walls, the school has changed its very substance of being. For some reason reality is cracking, and this way is intensely disturbing. The world around me is more real than a painting, but not even as real as a sandcastle. I feel like it's so brittle I could tap it and the echo will shake this whole world. Where the boring concrete wall once stood, there's a doorway that I can freely walk through. It's like an entrance. No, an emergency exit, like the stairs to an outside, not something of this world. I have no doubt that the world the door leads to is utterly alien. Whatever waits inside, whatever shape the stake, there's a certain sort of finality to seeing it. Ultimately, I'm already committed to this path. I bid farewell to the false world, and take my first steps along the anointed path. Ooh. Hello? What are you? God, it looks like an SCP. Beyond the door seems to be a dismal-looking scrapyard. Out in front of me is the smooth-skinned effigy, while trying to figure out exactly what to do with it. Welcome, potential master. A voice comes out of nowhere. That effigy with you is your sword and shield for what lies ahead. It will move in response to your commands. Now then, please proceed. The truth that you seek lies ahead. The motivations of the owner of that voice worry me, but it's obvious that I won't learn anything by standing here. Also, there's no longer a path by which I can return. I have no choice but to head into the darkness with this strange doll as protection. And time for tutorial fights! What the hell? I made it. Within the deepest depths of the world beyond the door. This place must be the goal I'm trying to reach, or at least that's what I thought. It's stifling. The aura of purity that seems to act as a ward to corrupt souls who try to enter. And feeling familiar. It has the feeling of a chapel where spirits of the deceased still linger. Ooh, this does not look good. First I did notice, being overwhelmed by the grandeur of the room, but to one side is a young man in a familiar uniform lying still on the ground. Call out to him, but there's no reply. I shake him in an attempt to wake him up when I notice he is stone cold. I go pale as the corpse before me, and I can no longer think coherently. All I can do is stare in bewilderment. And as is at this moment... What? The fallen effigy lying next to the male student comes to his feet with a clatter. Before I get a chance to make sense of what's going on, suddenly twists around and comes right at me. Oh no. What? What? Wait! I'm getting my ass beat, but what? Why can't I fight? You seem to be lacking as well. I didn't stand a chance against that thing. Guess I wasn't. Seems that I wasn't qualified to be here. Me? Qualifications? That's right. I should know everything by now. The truth is, it has to be here. But now, everything's going dark. Not even really scared. Only feeling left that remains is regret. Even at the very end, I was unable to remember anything about myself. Someone, everyone, if you make it beyond here, please don't forget my name. Is this a trailer? Alice. Ah, Shinji. Hey, it's cool. Oh, Ren. Eh. Spoilers much? Well. Hey look, it's Unlimited Blade Works. Fate. Extra. His story's ended. But what about yours? Before you write your own story, choose the vessel of your power. A woman who wields a sword boldly. A stoic warrior clothed in red robes. A magical fox girl! Ha ha ha, we're going with Umu. A young woman clothed in crimson raiment, with the mannerisms of a man. This servant is best suited for novice players. Excusez-moi, but Umu is the best. Where's the belfry? In that moment, gentle days end. I always awaken very abruptly. I don't think I even dream. So I find myself walking to school. Headache works day by day until it finally buzzes in my head like an alarm. That day, in potent numbness, I wake up twice as fast as normal. Walk to the schoolyard. It's clear and cloudless. 7:30 a.m. But what season is it? When I try to remember what season it is, I get so dizzy that I almost pass out. Might wind up back in bed if I let go and faint. For some reason, I've been embracing an endless rush of useless information. Normal stuff you see at school, like the hustle and bustle of my classmates at the entrance. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. When I push the thought, my field of vision fizzles. Again. Today. Again today. There's a crowd of students milling in front of the school gate, and more being directed that way. As to what's going on, there's a boy in black uniform in front of the school gate. He's my friend, as I recall. He's Issei Rudo, as I recall. I remember this from the first time, when Issei noticed me looking at him and he pushes through the crowd. Good morning! Lovely morning we're having, don't you think? Why do you look so surprised? We announced at last week's assembly that this month the student council would strictly enforce school rules. Runs through his spiel, as if this was the first time he ever disclosed this information. I already know this. I know it. I already know what happens. It's already happened more than once. I'm seized by a headache. I'm so dizzy I feel like I'm being forcibly logged out of my consciousness. First, let me check your student ID. I don't need to remind you, but it should be on you at all times. My login ID is being checked. It's so obvious now. I answer clearly the question that usually makes me go dizzy. Am I a boy or a girl? I'll go with boy. And my name will be, well, might as well. Done though. Nickname. Well. Nah, that's kind of tacky. There we go. Great. There's no telling when an emergency might occur, and it will be a help if you have your ID. Feel nauseous, and I know it has nothing to do with what I ate for breakfast this morning. If you can't even remember your house, I feel nauseous because of the world around me. It's repeating itself over and over, and that's making me sick. Now, for the uniform extension. Collar, check. Panhelms, check. And your socks, check. I want him to get out of my way. I want this repetition to stop. Push him aside and to go forward. And I'm not nice about it either. Next is the contents of your bag. Notebooks, textbooks, pencil box, not even a whiff of contraband. Your nails are evenly cut and your haircut is sensible. Indeed, quite remarkable. You're the model Tsukimihara Academy student. He keeps talking loudly, even though he's facing no one. I have a headache. I'm shivering. I know one thing for sure. This is wrong. This is not the school I know. It can't be. I have to go. I have to hurry and wake up. Otherwise, it will be too late. But who am I awakening for? My anxiety and headaches are only getting worse. Afternoon arrives while I try to find a way to escape this bizarre situation. As is now the norm, my vision is overlaid with some kind of unnatural distortion, uneasiness, futility, emptiness. I want someone to explain to me the true nature of behind all these feelings. Must be a key somewhere, something that will have the answers to all my questions. Man, where is everyone? Like a ghost town around here. Things are getting weird. Leo moves on ahead, and that guy goes after him, huh? But he's also gray. Interesting. The moment I step foot on the first floor, my feelings of unease intensify. There's a student wearing a red uniform. Leo, the new transfer student. The instant I lay my eyes on him, I immediately feel intimidated and humiliated. There's someone trailing behind him. Looks like one of my classmates. The more I think, the more I realize that Leo isn't the only anomaly I've come across while on campus. There are other things that seem off as well. It's becoming clearer now. There are people who shouldn't exist. Students that mysteriously vanish. The fabric of reality is being unraveled. What is the truth? Don't turn away now. Don't turn away now. What defines the world you know? Don't turn away now. There's a reason why you're here. Come. Do not allow yourself to close your eyes to the truth. This nurse's office. When I tried to open the door, a sudden burst of distortion ripped through me. It felt like my body was going to be torn apart. Attempting to go any further would be suicidal. I should turn around. Interesting. Leo and one of the guys from my class are talking in the hallway up ahead. The attention to detail is quite impressive, even the surrounding air is surprisingly substantial. If that's the case, then this world in some ways is more real than the real world represents. How about you guys? What are your thoughts on this? You guys? For a moment, it feels as if he was including me in this comment. However, Leo begins speaking to my classmate, seemingly oblivious to my presence. Greetings. I believe this is the first time we've actually had an actual conversation. Leo gives me a smile of no hostility. However, I have a suspicion that there's something malicious behind the smile. Attending school wasn't half bad. I've never had the opportunity to go to one before now. In that respect, this has been quite an interesting experience. However, the time for fun has come to an end. I did not come here to play at being a student. No matter how enjoyable the detour, eventually one must return to their appointed path. And for me, the time to do so has arrived. With those final words, Leo turns his back on me. Farewell. No, that's not quite right. I don't think farewell will be accurate in this situation. For reasons I cannot explain, I have a distinct feeling that we will see each other again. So I guess I should use the more congenial. See you later. Well, it's time for me to move on. I wish you the best of luck. Leo said as much, even going so far as to look to my direction. For some inexplicable reason, I'm not surprised that Leo knew that I was spying on him. I am trying to get things straightened out in my mind when Leo suddenly disappears. A student who was following him also disappeared after touching the same spot on the wall. At the same time he vanishes, my vision distorts and the shock starts to overwhelm me. What's going on here? I wonder if this place is my source of uneasiness. Well. Like him, I placed my hand in the wall expecting to be drawn in. I see now the way to the truth, to why I have these feelings. It begins right here. Of course I want to know. The changes. There's a doorway entrance where the concrete wall used to be. It's not something of this world. There's no place that this door leads to some place unfathomable. Bid farewell to the false world and take my first step towards the truth. Reaching for the truth, huh? Just like in Persona. Hey, Effigy. Or you let me down like the last one did. An entrance to another world. Beyond this door, a previous statement perfectly describes the view before me. Walking behind me is my strange, silent attendant. It is to be my sword and shield for what lies ahead. A disembodied voice suddenly confirms my thoughts. Although I have yet to learn anything, I need to do something besides stand here. At the very least, there might be some clues to this bizarre experience up ahead. I have no choice but to head into the darkness with only the strange dolls and protection. Alright. Ah! Fancy! Ooh, it's quiet. Eh? Going into the Matrix. Only I could go faster. Oh. Wow. No longer a typical school campus. The walls, floors, the air, even the aura are slightly off. It wouldn't surprise me to see a monster pop out from the shadows. It's very much like a dungeon here. Welcome, potential master. With a shocking suddenness, a voice begins speaking. It sounds like it's coming from the empty sky above. If you are looking for answers, you must reach the goal. Now please, step forward. The illuminated cube in front of you is called an item folder. Inside of it is a farewell present of sorts. For those who are about to face the coming trial, touch it to open it. Doop. Ether shard. Well then. Before you is an enemy program. It is programmed to attack on sight. Touching it will initiate a battle, but you won't actually fight as you are too fragile. Effigy given to you will fight in your stead. If your effigy is ever destroyed in battle, you will no longer be shielded from harm. To put it bluntly, you will die. So, be very careful in battle. But there's no need to be afraid, for now. Just do what I say and you'll be perfectly safe for the time being. First of all, why don't I explain a little bit about battles? First of all, there are 3 basic commands that you can issue in battle: attack, guard, and break. Each turn in battle is composed of 6 actions, and you will need to tell your effigy what your strategy is to be. The enemy before you is quite easy to defeat as it will only perform break. Break, which is focused solely on power, shouldn't be much of a problem against attack. Now, use the attack command to destroy the program. Directional buttons to choose a command, and then press X to confirm your selection. 6 attack commands. Fine. Tutorial. I've already beaten this game already, though. You know. I know the rules of this game. I also know you're not as good as your sequel. Oh yeah, effigy dance. Ah, the music. So, how did it go? One thing you have to know that in each turn you have to plan a series of 6 moves that defeat your foe. The goal is still far ahead. If you manage to blast in that, if you must bask in the afterglow of your victory, do so after moving forward. Yes, attack beats break, break beats guard, and guard beats attack. Come on now. Rock, paper, scissors, it's not that hard. Oh look, here's another program. You seem nervous. Perhaps you're anxious about fighting in another battle? Do not be alarmed. The enemy isn't strong enough to harm you. It's programmed to only use attack. While attack is a potent action, using guard will allow you to defend and then counterattack. Guard can be used to reduce the damage caused by any attack, but I trust you know this. Now that you know how this battle will unfold, use the appropriate command to defeat the enemy program. Tutorials, am I right? Kick! Block! Kick! Reach kick! Yes, that's exactly right. As you may have noticed, performing 3 successful actions in a row will result in a chain. By performing multiple chain attacks, you can perform a devastating follow-up attack on your opponent. While doing multiple chain attacks in the heat of battle may be difficult, the results make it worth the effort. Now please proceed. Don't mind if I do. Jesus, prologue. Long prologues, am I right? You should be used to their fundamentals as a battle at this point, but I'll walk you through this one last time. This program will only use guard, and will do nothing in battle besides defend against harm. But no matter how stout one's defense may be, it'll be for naught against the break command. Remember, always use the appropriate command for any given situation. I have 1 heal. Okay, that's gonna make a hard ass fight, but that's what makes things fun, I suppose. Ah, this is so jazzy. I love it. You have been through 3 battles and have used attack, guard, and break commands. Someone as intuitive and as observant as you must have already noticed this. Okay, I'm starting to hear some sarcasm there, Kontomine. Each of the 3 attacks balances each other out, creating a situation where no attack is dominant. Yes, it's rock, paper, scissors, goddamn. What I covered is the absolute basics of battle and the minimal info you need to know. Once you master the basics, all that's left is to test yourself in battle and gain valuable experience. Now please proceed. Yes, Guilty Mine. Now just give me my Umu and then no one gets hurt. Ah! All enemy programs you face so far only use 1 move, which won't happen in a real fight. Well, doy! Like you, your enemies will choose their actions based on the situation and general observation. Their actions will be very difficult for you to predict at first. As you face the same enemy multiple times, you will be able to read their tendencies and patterns accurately. Alright. Although, considering your lack of fighting experience, I may be expecting far too much from you. But anyways, try your best. I'm assuming it's gonna be this pattern. On alternate reality. Extra turn. Did I guess right? Oh, wow! How could I have guessed? I must be psychic. Good job. Alright then, please proceed to the final room. Yorokobe Shonen. Alright, next room time. Oh, this looks fancy. Crap! Wait. I made it. At the end of a very long road, after going through a door that suddenly appeared on the wall. The oppressive air of this place where the spirits of the dead still linger. Here's my goal, that's what I thought. Wait, the guy I was just playing is right there, and the effigy that just lost because it was trash was also here. Further in, it appears as if someone has collapsed. When I look into his face, it was the student who was following Leo just now. I call out to him, but I get no reply. I shake him and attempt to wake him up when I notice he is stone cold. I go pale as the corpse before me, and I can no longer think coherently. All I can do is stare in bewilderment. It is at this moment. Oh crap! Oh no! The fallen effigy lying next to the male student comes to his feet with a clatter. After having to fight several enemy programs to get here, it's obvious that this thing's an enemy as well. Without warning, it suddenly twists around and comes right at me. Well, I got this. I can actually fight. Ooh, I cannot predict any of your actions? Alright, before it was break, guard, so let me risk that. Okay. Shit. Okay, so it was break, attack, block. Oh, wait, 2 breaks now? Ooh. Oh, crap. Do I pop an ether shard? Fuck it. Alright, let's see. Remember right. So attack, then break. Then he did then attack. Break, guard. Let's try that. Alright. Shit. Ah, this isn't good. I'm just guessing at this point. Oh. Damn it. You seem to be lacking as well. I can hear the sound of a distant voice. Time has come. With your inevitable loss, I'll consider this round of preliminaries to be over. Farewell. I hope you'll find peace in your annihilation. That's the voice's final words to me. I don't have the power to protest. All I can do is stare at the floor. I think I'm going to die here. Suddenly, at the edge of my now hazy vision, a number of brown-colored lumps seemed to rise from the ground. Actually, it might be that I just noticed them now. They might have been there from the beginning for all I know. Those lumps are the bodies of an untold number of fallen Tsukimihara Academy students. Oh. Guy before me wasn't the only one to fall. All the others made it here and died, unable to do anything. And, in a very short while, I suppose I'll become one of them. Maybe I should just close my eyes now. I did all that I could, so maybe it'll be better for it to end now. I refuse! I refused to give up. I summoned all my strength to attempt to get back on my feet. However, I tried to move, and a barely intense body shoots throughout my entire body. That's how it's going to be. No, if this is. Please just let it end now. I still refuse to give up. I don't want it to end like this. I cannot ignore the intense pain coursing through my body. I've reached the point where I no longer see stars as my eyes feel like they're on fire. I feel like all 5 of my senses are being ripped from my body. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the pain. I'm afraid of losing my senses. I'm afraid of becoming a corpse. And the most terrifying thing, disappearing without a trace for any reason at all. It's not right that I disappear here. My conscience shot through the waves of distortion, screamed out in the injustice of it all. What was the purpose of suffering through all those headaches just to fade away here and now? What were they all for if I just fade away here and now? I have to stand up. It's okay if I'm scared. It's okay if I'm in pain. I have to rise above all that. Because I've yet to fight of my own volition and on my own terms. Indeed, you must fight, embrace your fear of death, and fight on regardless of what fate may await you. Well spoken, nameless traveler. Yeah, even if the world will never hear of your desire, know that I admire and respect it. Close your hands into fists and raise your head. Your end has yet to come. In fact, your destiny begins now. And through the glass! The sound of breaking glass is accompanied by a light cutting through the gloom. I managed to move my weary body and aching head to see what's happening. I didn't notice it before, but something was rising from the floor in the middle of the room. That form. Umu is here! Never fear. Its appearance isn't that different from that of a human being, but something was different. Clearly so. The power emanated from it transcended that of any human, or of any enemy I faced getting here. Awesome power that seems that it will vaporize anyone as it touch swirls within my body almost against my will. Now, I shall ask you once more. Answer me. Are you my master? Well, duh! Give it to me now! Your words are few but beautiful. I like that. I won't ask you how privileged you feel for summoning me. Alright, I give my blessing. I will bestow upon you the honor of being my master. Oh, this song is so nice. She takes a hold of my hand and helps me to my feet. From the hand she grabs come a sudden warmth, and then a sharp pain, like I've been cut by a knife. On the back of my hand, as though tattooed, is a strange symbol that looks like some kind of crest. Totally confused, I alternate between staring at the mark on my hand and the person standing before me, and then... Right, thanks for being patient and waiting. A noise behind me brings me back to my senses. Turning around, I see the effigy from before still there, now in a fighting stance. I wince uncontrollably, recalling my previous defeat at his hands. What an excitable master I have. Why are you so flustered? Why, I am by your side. Have no fear that you may lose your way. Remember that victory is all that matters. My blade is the ultimate instrument. Even the muses themselves would bow before the sound it makes. Master, strike with my sword. Show me the extent of your abilities in this first battle. Wow. Alright, just give me all the answers then. And that's a triple combo right there. Yeah. The battered effigy stops moving. There's no way it will still function after effectively being torn apart. That wasn't entertaining at all. Considering how long I've waited for such a moment, I am truly unsatisfied. She continues to talk, however the sound of her voice doesn't quite reach my ears. The heat coming from the mark on my hand grew in intensity during the fight, and the resulting pain has become unbearable and burns through my consciousness. The mark imprinted in your hand is your command seal. It is proof that you hold dominion over a servant. You can use it to give 3 orders that must be obeyed, thinking of them as disposable strengthening spells. It is also proof of your participation in the Holy Grail War. If you lose it for some reason, you will die. Once again I hear that voice. I somehow manage to ignore the pain and listen to what he has to say. It has to say. I can understand your confusion, but before I forget, congratulations! You have endured much to make it here. Now rest for a while. You have achieved your first goal. It was an incredibly clumsy effort to say the least, but that's what made it all the more entertaining. I've had this duty for a long time, but this is the first time I've seen a master as hopeless as you. Nevertheless, be proud of your achievement. Your quick thinking came as a result of nerves and caught rashness. Think about it. The voice sounds like that of a 30-year-old man, and is irritatingly smug. For some reason, I can see the owner of the voice as a priest, dressed in a somber cassock. Oh, you're curious about my identity? I am honored, but I am insignificant. I am merely part of the system. I am just a guide, tasked with giving a standard message and given the personality of a prior participant. I am no more than words, no more than the mountain you just conquered, no more than a record of the past. A record. So if I raise my Egyptians to his voice, does it mean I won't receive any answers in return? Exactly. Well, this is unexpected. You have received a commendation. Something about you having a light. I have no clue who would say such a thing about me. But that short phrase struck my heart, because for some reason, unknown reason, I knew that the words were sincere. As for the "I expect good things from you," it seemed more like a command than an encouragement. Now, let us commence your baptism. You have proven yourself worthy of the honor. For the most part, the monotony of everyday life continues without end. Your decision to look beyond accepted and progress means you have earned the right to exist. However, you have taken the first step. Be jubilant, young knight, for the Holy Grail War begins now. I have no idea what he's talking about. Holy Grail War? The right to exist. That is correct. An object of great power once existed in the world, one that grants great desire. People call it the Holy Grail, and fought endlessly in an attempt to gain sole possession of it. This war, the system you find yourself in, is an evolution of these struggles. You stand at the entrance of a deadly struggle where many magi will perish in pursuit of the Holy Grail. Listen, magi. Maggie? Had I not bestowed upon the earthly desire, you'd merely be saints capable of committing sin. Now fight to the death. The fiery throne of heaven will only receive those with the strongest of desires. Or the cheats that get the best freaking servants. Your voice reverberates throughout this hidden chapel, as if it was the voice of a god. Kill? Magi? Holy Grail that grants wishes? These questions and more swirled inside my head and almost seemed to carve themselves into my flesh. In the war, a weapon is needed. That is your servant. They are the spear that pierces, the shield that protects. A legendary soul whose purpose is to clear your way to the Grail. That is the one who stands beside you. Glance over at the young woman in red standing next to me, who was looking up into the sky. She is my servant. Seems that you have decided, and with that decision as payment, I will now open the gates to the Holy Grail War. The marks on my hand, my command field, once again begin to become excruciatingly painful. It is over. I can't take it anymore. It hurts! Ah! Damn. Reached the limits of my endurance, and my mind starts to shut down. As I lose consciousness, I can vaguely hear the voice's final words. Now, let the Holy Grail War begin. No matter era, deciding who is worthy through battle is the divine providence of man. Magi who have been invited here by the moon, show me your true strength. Oof, and that was all just a prologue. Gidim. Man, that was a long one. An hour and a half. The mirror of every day slogs off. A war between magi. The wheel of fate turns. Week 1. Temper your sword. And defend the value of your life. Week 1. First selection. Combatants remaining 999 down to 128. Jesus. Oh. Well, what's this then? The sky burns. Houses collapse into ruin. People fall to the ground. Roads come to an end. The conflict started here. With this, the world that was will be restored. It is here that I alone has survived. Don't remember, never forget. Oblivion, salvation, and sin. Never forget. I was born from perturbation. This must be a nightmare. This had to be a nightmare somewhere. It could be anywhere. These events that occurred in the true memories of childhood. A torrent of blood flows, and a voice resonating with bitter resentment can be heard. Lines fade away without a thought. Friends, family, strangers, all gone. Soldiers with guns, families trying to hold together. A grotesque struggle to the last, until a gentle peace descends as death comes to claim them. I could not accept all that I've seen. The question of why never left me. Even with the divide between conflict and catastrophe, why did such a tragedy occur? No, more importantly, why has this world been turned into a hell on earth? Gentle rain begins to fall. All things once living fade away, leaving only one behind. Amidst the helplessness and despair, their souls' last feelings are of rage and regret. The rain wets their cheeks as they close their eyes one last time, dying, forgotten, and alone. Seeing this, I struggle to rise from the depths of death. I will not accept what I've been shown. If I can live again, I will definitely. But there are no second chances, and before long, the rains has cleansed the scorched earth. Huh, is that a flashback? What an interesting memory. Never forget, I was born from perturbation. What that means, somehow please don't forget it. I see. Seems I saw some kind of twisted, disordered dream. With that, I wake in the doctor's office. I must have collapsed and was brought here. So that world, the effigy that blocked my way, and that servant, all a dream as well? Where it be Umu? Give me Aka Saber! No, this nurse's office is far different than the one I knew. Similar, but off somehow. The walls! So you're finally awake. I guess there are no limits to feebleness after all. Oof! The sass. I am not ready for sass. While you were unconscious, I had naught to do but stare at you while you slept. Huh. The overwhelming, unforgettable presence of someone suddenly appears beside my bed. Why I think it to be a valiant young man garbed in crimson is, in fact, a young woman. Gee, ya think? But, as this being is not human, any normal conclusion based on gender or looks would be moot. But it's all for the best, as you come to in time for the start of the Holy Grail War. Incidentally, you are fully aware of what the Holy Grail War entails, correct? Yeah, I know. Is that so? Then there is nothing for me to worry about. Now then, do you know what a servant is? Alright, let's give you some lore. You know nothing of servants either? Seems like your ignorance is boundless. With an irritated expression, the servant before me continues to lecture me with a subtle disdain. Servants are legendary souls called from the past to help masters win the Holy Grail War. Only those whose deeds acknowledged long after their death become legendary souls. The servants recreated here by the Holy Grail are drawn from those whose legends endure. Servants are basically soldiers. They're to guide and protect the magus who summoned them. As per the rules of the original Holy Grail War, servants divide into 7 classes. Originally, the classes of the 7 legendary souls were hidden, but things have changed over time. Saber, Lancer, Archer, Rider. What were the others? Well, there aren't any they aren't of any importance. Only the Saber class matters. Also, these classes identify core school skills only. Replicating every single skill will be impossible. Legendary Souls' main traits are aligned with a class and then given form. It will be safe to assume that an enemy's class will give you a clue about their powers. Furthermore, said that those of the Saber class are far superior to other servants. So then, allow me to test your knowledge. I'm sure you know what class I belong to, yes? Caster! Rider! I don't know. Well, I can see your mind is often bereft of oxygen. How can you say I'm anything but a saber? Ha! I love this ass! And to imply that I'm a mere rider. Though I'm a skewed charioteer, I like them not. Now then, from this time forward, you may refer to me as Saber. No honor for effects are necessary. As you are my master, I will allow you to address me as an equal. Saber, her personality is going to be difficult to deal with, but she's definitely a worthy ally. Wait, if all servants are legendary souls, I wonder who Saber was in real life. My true name? I would have nothing embarrassing to conceal. I'd be happy to tell you. But it would be a disaster if an enemy were to learn my true identity from you. But if my name were to be known, it wouldn't affect my resolve or my approach to battle. I will share my name once I've learned a little more about you. But I understand your unease about knowing nothing at all. Although I can't tell you my name, question not the truth of my words. As for the Holy Grail, all I know is that it grants wishes and creates servants using famous figures from history. With you as Magus, and I as the mightiest of legendary souls by your side, the Holy Grail will be ours. For now, let your truth put your mind at ease. Allow my soul to clear away all your doubts. With that, my servant disappears into the ether. However, I can feel their presence nearby. They must be staying out of sight when they're not needed so their identity can't be compromised. But how their identity would be guessed just by their appearance is beyond me. Ah, Blue, so you're awake. I'm so relieved. You don't seem to have any injuries, so feel free to leave when you feel like it. Also, all your memories have been restored by Seraph. 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 Okay, just lingering not too long, so do not worry. Any magi that seeks the Holy Grail have their memories suppressed and given those of a student. Only masters who manage to recover themselves are allowed to enter the main tournament. Now that you have regained your memories, please reveal them and make sure they are complete. Gained my memories? That's not right.
Outside of my name, I can't recall anything of my past. Realized that everyone around me was forced to believe they were normal students. However, I can't remember a single thing that happened to me before then. Memory restoration failed? I cannot help you. I, Sakura Mato, am just a custodial AI. My complaints were completely ignored. It seems that she can't act beyond her programming. Oof. Oh, I should give this to you before I forget. Portable terminal. She gives me some kind of portable terminal. I assume it's for getting messages and whatnot. As a participant, you should pay attention to any messages that appear in your terminal. Hello, Blue. Have you met Fado Kotomine yet? Good luck in the tournament. It will test your skills. What's in the church? A faint voice can be heard coming from inside chapel. I wonder if a servant's being held now. But as I try moving closer to better hear the muffled voice, my body refuses to cooperate. Oh, yeah. Finally, the Holy Grail War is officially underway. Seeing as my memories were sealed during the raid in the prelims, I'm surprised I made it this far. Oh, the jazz. Missed it so. Doors to the supply room is locked tight. Rather, it actually feels like it's being sealed somehow rather than being merely locked. Yeah, go ham on that. Oh, nice. Oh, you've gotten two. That's excellent. You haven't seen Tsukimihara until you've seen our rooftop. Rooftop it is. Well, hello there. I investigated the school from top to bottom, but there's nothing unique about it. Girl pats the walls and floors as if murmuring something to herself. Oh, the walls are full of data now. Or the sky is full of data. She's, well, we've never met, but she can't be anyone but Ren Tosaka. She's got a nice face and figure, gets good grades, is popular in Tsukimihara Academy, and from what I hear, she even makes Genji jealous. However, she became popular while the school was at peace. Things are different now. That defiant gaze is nothing like the vacant smile of a popular kid. The Holy Grail War. Before I knew it, the school had turned into a battlefield. Ren knows it too. Yeah, I haven't registered it before, but we're all predators now. It's killed or be killed. I have to acknowledge that as truth, even if I don't want to. Huh? Hey, you there. Her eyes soften as she looks at me. Yeah, you. I haven't checked out the NPCs much yet. Aha, I know a simple way. Don't you move. Are you gonna molest me again? That last guy got molested and things did not turn out well for him. Unexpectedly, her fingers reach out to touch my cheek. Such thin, delicate fingers. I realize how remarkable it is that such a strong gaze can come from so innocent a frame. Imagine that, you're warm. You know you shouldn't be. Huh, that's weird, seeing a red cheek flush like that. Her face is just 3 centimeters from the tip of my nose, but dump, my heart races at the closeness. Her breath exhales warmly against my cheek and her hair tickles my bare neck. She's that close, her pat down on my shoulders and stomach seemed playful compared to the harsh gaze from earlier. Transfixed, I am unable to move as her pale fingers slide over me. Oh no! Interesting. You're more well built than I expected. You look and feel real. Maybe more real than most people. Hey, what are you laughing at? It's to our advantage you look into everything, even the NPCs. Oh, her servant knows, and is laughing his ass off. She looks behind her, scowling. Even though invisible, her servant must be there. Huh? He's a master too? No, a master should be more... Ha! Wait, that means I felt up. Why did you feel me up? I'm 30 now. She must be thinking about it now, because she's blushing, as am I. Ugh, how embarrassing. Bad touch. Shut up. I can make mistakes too, you know. Don't call me a pervert. I'm pretty sure she was addressing an off-color comment coming from her servant there. He's snarky. I have a feeling I like her, who her servant's gonna be. Could have been my imagination or a hacker. Such a detailed NPC would rarely exist otherwise. Anyways, you're to blame for being too confusing. You're too bland to be anything but an NPC. Nothing but blank look on your face, even now. Were the prelims too boring to jog your memories? She touched on a subject I'd rather not think about, even in jest. Kinda grinds me to a halt. No way. Your memories still haven't returned? That's really not good. Once you entered the Holy Grail War, the only way out is to win. Leaving prematurely isn't allowed. Even without memories of previous battle experience, you have to fight. Oh well, doesn't matter. You'll be defeated in the Holy Grail War soon enough. Well, as the concern disappears from her voice, I glimpse the real Tosaka of my opponent in the Holy Grail War. It isn't personal. She considers everyone in the Holy Grail War her enemy. An impudent blow, but it piques my interest. You will be an intriguing foe, should you have the courage. Those are fighting words, Master. When we meet her in battle, I will give her my answer to them. Unlike my servant, I have no witty response to my future rival. I have to win. Now that I know what's at stake, I have to win. I guess I'll pity you. We're not cracking into the system or destroying it, we're hacking. Don't know what's on the other side of Seraph's wall once it comes down. Did your soul get jarred after you made it to the main event? If it's lost or unreadable, then how about you investigate later? Well, in any case, you don't look like you're cut out for fighting. There's the excitement or nerves. Everything feels unreal, no matter if you have memories or not. You can't help feeling like you're in a dream. It'll be hard to win feeling so disoriented. So, I've lost my memories. Who am I? What's my story? What am I even doing here in this Holy Grail War in the first place? All I know is that I'm a master with a servant at my command. Once the opponent has been decided, it's like the tournament has officially begun. What? You don't know who you're fighting? You better go and find Father Kotomine. Even when I'm looking for you, you've got to be a douche nozzle about things, huh? This was Classroom 2B, but now that the Holy Grail War has begun, it isn't even a classroom anymore. The door won't budge. Huh. There you are! Congratulations! You've been deemed worthy to be a participant in the Holy Grail War. You may call me Father Kotomine. I am an NPC assigned to the task of supervising the Holy Grail War. As of today, you and your fellow Magi have been given the honor of fighting in the arena up ahead. The war is run as an elimination tournament, with the Grail being awarded to the last person standing. In other words, the participating masters will kill each other until there is only one person left. Simple enough to understand, yes? Even a complete idiot should be able to understand the rules. Masters get a 6-day preparation period before elimination battles, which occur on the 7th day. I'd advise you to use the time given to devise the most efficient means of slaughtering your foe. On the 7th day, you and your foe will fight. The winner lives, the loser is deleted. If you wish to make a query, speak now. The right to know all about the rules is given to all. How do I survive this? As I've already explained, after 6 days of preparation, you must kill your assigned opponent. You have chosen a servant to use as a weapon for that very purpose, have you not? Preparation period? Of course, the other masters are also given the same time to prepare for battle and to kill. As for how to prepare, I cannot help you. Do whatever you feel is necessary. At the terminal. The terminal will relay any messages generated by the system which governs the Holy Grail War. It is a system wisdom to pay heed to any message you may receive. Well, I learned nothing. I see. Good luck to you then. Is something troubling you? What was that? You have yet to be informed your first opponent? Wait just a moment. Strange, there seems to be a system error. I will locate your opponent by tomorrow. One last thing. Masters that continue to advance will be given a private room password. Your room will be located in Classroom 2B. Please enter this password into your terminal. Well, time for conversation has ended and come to an end. Door ahead leads to the arena. For today, concentrate on getting accustomed to the inner workings of the arena. The arena entrance uses the same door you went through during the preliminaries. Good luck. Tiger? Hey, Blue. You'll be willing to do your poor teacher a tiny favor, right? Right? Sure. Thank you. You made my day. So, my favorite Kindle sword has up and disappeared. I stashed it in the supply room, but it somehow managed to find its way into the arena. Since I can't go in there, I need you to get my Kindle sword and hand it over during the first round. I'm not here all the time, so you will want to check back every now and then. Thanks again. Making me do chores for you, huh? Alright. Kotomine told me that Class 2B was my private room. If I hold up my computer terminal, I can enter. When I raise the terminal to the knob, I hear a low hum or maybe an incantation. The door opens. Oh, the song. I'm ready. This room is rather dreary, but we must endure what we must. I shall make it my audience chamber. If you have any grievances, you may address them to me here. I'm relieved at Saber's good mood and the fact that my private room was prepared. I should come back here when I want to talk to Saber. Ah, good vibes. What's wrong? You should be already accustomed to this school. Stop running about and relax as I have. Though, I sympathize with having nerves at one's first campaign. Cherish that fleeting feeling. And there's Umu! She said that. She said the thing! She said it! Haha, I'm a lucky guy. My servant rules! Your servant's pretty awesome too. It's invisible, but I can tell. So, all the student council types are NPCs. They're all dressed in boring old black figures. If you have a question, I'm sure they'll answer you, or die trying. You're a master too. Don't come near me. I have nothing to say to you. I see. That's it. Oh, I just happen to be learning about my servant. He's only a minor hero. Hello, Blue Kaiser. How does it feel to have made it to the main tournament? Oh, you have amnesia. This isn't your school. It's the staging area for the Holy Grail War, and we, student council members, will be assisting masters such as yourself along the way, so don't hesitate to talk to us. May victory be yours. I have no memories. Can you help me with that? Oh, congratulations on making it this far, Blue Kaiser. May the Holy Grail be what guide you. Let's see here. Did you know you could open the terminal menu by pressing triangle? All the information you gather ends up there, so I recommend you review it on a regular basis. Information is power. Father, come over to me. Find him yourself. He's putzing around the school. Father Kotomi must be an NPC. He's like the head honcho of the black shirts or something. He's definitely not human. Well, not human at least. Alright, so I guess I'll just call it here for today. We went through the whole prologue. To anybody who's watching, hopefully that's entertaining. And yeah, I will continue this when I can. But tomorrow will be another round of Swordcraft 2. So for now, thanks for watching. And yeah, have a good one, everyone.